Welcome to The Explainer. You know that feeling when you have a really great creative idea for a passion project, but you just have no clue where to even start? Well, today we're going to fix that. We're breaking down a detailed 19-hour blueprint designed to take that spark of an idea and turn it into a real-world campaign that actually makes an impact.
Yep, that's the number, 19 hours. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That sounds like a lot, but what's so smart about this guide is how it breaks down that time into a really clear step-by-step process. So how on earth does it work?
I mean, that's the big question, isn't it? How do you take all that time, all that creative energy, and actually make something that connects with people and makes a difference? Well, this blueprint gives us a roadmap, and it breaks the whole journey down into 4 really clear phases.
So here's our plan for this creative journey. First, we'll cover laying the foundation. Then, we get into building the campaign. After that, it's all about spreading the message. And finally, we'll wrap it up with finishing with purpose. It's the whole arc, from an idea in your head to something out in the world.
Okay, first up, laying the foundation. Now, this is what I find so fascinating. The first 2 hours of this entire project have absolutely nothing to do with design or marketing or logos. It all starts with the why. It's all about looking inward first.
The whole project really boils down to answering these 2 deceptively simple questions. What is my gift, and how can my creativity encourage kindness? By making you answer these first, the guide makes sure that whatever you build is sitting on a solid foundation of your own personal, genuine truth.
And this isn't just about, staring at a wall and thinking deep thoughts. The guide immediately gives you concrete actions. You get grounded by reading a specific passage, and then you start gathering inspiration from the outside world, like looking at an Instagram account and saving images that just feel right. You're capturing a mood, a color, a style.
So, here's the most important takeaway from these first couple of hours. At the end of this phase, you should have a bunch of ideas, a clear sense of purpose, but 0 designs. The blueprint is very strict on this. Inspiration has to come before you start making anything.
All right, so now that you've got that strong foundation, that why, we can finally get to phase 2, building the campaign. This is the what. This is where you start to transform all those abstract ideas into actual, tangible stuff you can see.
And I just love how this illustrates the whole philosophy of the guide. It flat out tells you, do not copy sample layouts. This is all about expressing your style. It's your voice. You choose the fonts, you choose the colors, you choose the layout. Authenticity is the name of the game.
And of course, the voice of your campaign is just as critical as the look. The guide gives these really clear principles. Make sure the language is easy to understand, especially for younger people. Focus on encouraging them, not pressuring them. And, offer hope from a place of faith, but without being preachy. It's all about connection.
So, you've built the campaign assets. They look great, they sound right. Now what? Well, you've got to get them out there. Which brings us to phase 3, spreading the message. This is the how, the tactical part, where you start creating content for social media.
The guide has this fantastic, super simple framework for making social media content, like a reel. You just answer 3 questions. 1, what's the problem? 2, what's the hope? And 3, how can people get involved? This structure gives you so much clarity and makes sure every single post has a real purpose.
And naturally, you need a strong call to action. The guide really stresses being super clear here. Explain what the product, in this case cookies, actually represents. Be specific about how the money you raise is going to help, and then make the instructions on how to support you crystal clear. No confusion allowed.
And that brings us to the home stretch, and honestly, maybe the most important phase of all, finishing with purpose. These last few hours aren't just about exporting files and being done. They're about taking a step back, reflecting, and making sure you're still connected to that original why.
So before you call it done, the guide makes you do an authenticity check. You have to ask yourself some tough questions. Does this work actually show effort? Does it feel genuinely like me? And most importantly, does it still achieve that original goal of encouraging youth? This is your chance to polish and refine everything.
So after all that work and that final polish, what do you actually walk away with? Well, the final product is this complete package. You've got your campaign pages, your drafted reels ready to go, and a written reflection that connects everything back to your original purpose.
The guide wraps up with this really powerful line: practice these things, immerse yourself in them, so that all may see your progress. I think that just beautifully captures the spirit of the whole project. It's not about being perfect from day one. It's about the process, about practicing, growing, and sharing what you have to offer.
So there you have it, the 19-hour blueprint.
It's a clear, meaningful way to get from a simple idea to a finished campaign. It's a really powerful framework which leaves all of us with a pretty exciting question. What blueprint will you create for your passion?